Welcome. Good evening. This is Scorecard on Citi TV. My name is Fencho Tahiru Fencho. We're still in the Heritage Month and especially the week building up to the crucial World Cup qualifier between Ghana and Nigeria on Friday. So I'm repping and I'm making my colors show. That's why tonight I'm in the Ghana jersey. Hopefully come Friday, Ghanaians will have a lot to celebrate as far as that's concerned. But in the next 90 minutes on the show, of course, we'll talk Ghana Premier League. Accra House of Oak have managed to snatch a 2-1 win at home to Ashanti Gold. Is that the beginning of a new run of form for them? There have been other games across the country. We'll bring you the updates, show you what the implication of each result has on the league table as we draw closer to the business end of the league season. In the Premier League, there were very few matches, but Arsenal maintained their grip in the top four places with a narrow 1-0 win at Aston Villa. There's been FA Cup action, which dominated the weekend in England. Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool and Crystal Palace all shoe. They've been drawn against each other. We'll tell you who's playing who and who could possibly make it to the final. We'll play back the action from the semi-finals, the quarter-final matches for you as well. Over to Spain, well, the big two teams in there. The El Classico is currently ongoing. We'll provide you updates as the show goes on. But there was drama aplenty in the Serie A with all the top four teams involved. But it was one man that ruled Rome, and his name is Tammy Abraham. We'll play back the action from the Italian Serie A. We'll take you across to the world of athletics, where the World Indoor Championship came to a close, and there were shocks galore. Marcel Jacobs and Kambuji ruling the 60 meters. And the F1 season finally got underway, and what a start for Ferrari, finishing with a 1-2. But what's going on with Red Bull? All of those questions will be answered here on the show in the next 90 minutes. It's live and interactive on social media, so use the hashtag Scorecard to get in touch with me on Twitter. The hashtag is Scorecard. Leave me a message with that particular hashtag, your thoughts on any of the weekend's action, and I will share your views with the rest of our viewers. Alternatively, you can send me a WhatsApp message. The number 0550585832 is on the screen as well. So send me a WhatsApp message. The Black Stars players have started to arrive in the country. We'll tell you who is in town, who is yet to come, even though we don't have the Black Stars quite yet. But we have the Black Stars program. And when they're supposed to start and all that. So we do have some information regarding the Black Stars to share with you here on the show as well. So it's going to be a very packed next 90 minutes of sports action here on Scorecard. You're watching Scorecard on Citi TV. Of course, we'll take a short break. When we come back, I will introduce my guest and we can get the show on the road. All right, you're watching Scorecard on Citi TV. Show is live and interactive, like I said, on social media. It's live across the globe as well on DSTV channel 363. So wherever you've tuned in, welcome to the show. This is the official build-up to the Ghana versus Nigeria game as well. Unofficial build-up, not the official one. The official one will come a little later. But you know that we can't have this show without talking about what the latest is regarding the Black Stars. But my guests are very well seated. First one, Coach Christopher Nimley. By day, he's a chemistry teacher. By night, he's a football analyst, an astute coach, a tactical brain, and a loving husband as well. Coach, how are you this evening?
I'm very well.
You're looking very good.
As always.
As always, yes. As always. That boy is...
As always. As always.
And Daniel Cranting, my colleague here at Citi TV, Citi FM. Daniel is decided to come in I don't know what piece of clothing this is, Daniel. That's an Avengers clothing.
Well, the Heritage Month, isn't it?
Yes.
So the man is repping Africa.
But what kind of African print is this? Is my question. Nimli, I'm trying to get help.
The fact is, you can see that it is an African print, isn't it?
I couldn't tell. It looks a bit Indian to me. with all of the green.
Tell this man something.
Are you all right?
I'm very good.
Yeah, Coach. Even before we start to show highlights, quick thoughts on. I saw Chris Hughes. I was at the stadium earlier today. I saw Chris Hughes. The
advisor?
Yes, the technical advisor. He's in town. He came to speak to the Black Maidens. They were in action. They won by 3-0 against Senegal to progress 4-0 on aggregate. So congrats to them.
Yeah.
They've gone to the next stage of the qualifiers for the Under-17 Women's World Cup. So I saw him. I saw your good friend Bernhard Lepert also at the stadium, and quite a few others. Ultimately, some of the players are arriving, especially those that played yesterday. The likes of Partey and Co. All of them arriving tonight. The rest of the players coming tomorrow. I understand the player is coming from America. I asked which of them, and it's not Jonathan Mensah. So who is it? Maybe Yaya Boah, maybe Harrison,
maybe
Kobe.
Harrison
But they're still guiding the list, obviously. We don't know who's coming. But we know that the Black Stars program now. And we know that they're starting training on Wednesday. I found that a bit weird. If they're coming tonight and tomorrow, shouldn't they just start training on Tuesday, especially considering we might have too many new players?
You see, I'm very sure that has been made possible because of the absence of Otto Addo. Did you check whether he's in town?
No, he's not in town. I think he's arriving tomorrow.
That is the issue. That is where the problem. He should have been in town long ago.
Yeah.
Long ago. You see, we are not serious. But we'll go to Kumasi and support our team because the people at the FA should be told that this team is not theirs. Mm. The team doesn't belong to Keto Kreko. It's yours, it's mine, it's ours. For which Ket is involved. You understand?
Yeah.
He's just been put in that role by virtue of where he finds himself. Mm-hmm. He's been given that administrative authority to see to the day-to-day running of our Black Stars. But it's not his. Mm. You understand what I'm saying? Mm. If I'm the one in charge of this team as head coach of this team, I would be here long ago, Cranton. Long ago. Long ago, where I would have done proper interview, gone to visit the pitch at Kumasi, looked at it, make sure I speak to whoever is in charge at Green Grass Technology, tell him of the length I want the pitch, you see, the length of the grass.
Yeah.
These are things that as head coach of the team, you should come in there and say, look, throughout the training session, let the grass be of this length. On the day of the match itself, let the grass be of this length. And these are things you don't disclose to your opponent. You understand what I'm saying? But we sit in a country where the people at the FA think they are so knowledgeable when it comes to these things. And some of us are of the view that they continue to err. Look, day in, day out, the decision they make is completely strange, surprising to all of us. Let's hope and pray that the Knights are confused. Because on Friday, if we don't meet a confused Super Eagle team, look,
okay.
all things being equal,
I hope we win. We will win.
It is not about winning on Friday. Is it?
No. Genuinely, I feel like if we win, look, we'll forget about all these things.
No, you see, if we qualify, that is where we forget about all these things. We could win on Friday and get beat.
Yeah, there is a way to not qualify.
That's what I'm saying.
No, there is. I don't think you're getting me. There is a way to play and not qualify, and people will not be too upset. It's similar to what happened at the AFCON. People were not just upset because Ghana went out. That wasn't the only thing that upset them.
Look,
people were so upset because the football they played was so rubbish.
Ghanaians in these two legs affair, we should play badly and qualify. I prefer that one.
There's that. We'll be very happy.
To play well, not what?
You can play, but you can play badly too and not qualify. That's the point I'm making.
Yes, of course. So you must give yourself the best opportunity.
I get that.
To
but I'm
qualify.
saying that
It's about qualification.
Yeah, I
my friend.
know. That ultimately, I mean, obviously, but I'm saying that there is a way some people can take a bit of respite in if we don't qualify, and that is if they are competitive enough.
From the way our people have behaved, from the way the FA people have gone about their things,
All right.
Ghanaians will only accept qualification from them.
Period.
I'll be the first person to lead that. If they don't qualify, Charlie,
You
maybe
sitting there genuinely, when you look at the two teams put together, are you confident? I'm not saying they're two
we
different
don't have a
teams.
team. Do you know our team?
Yes.
What are the players?
Our team is called the Blasters.
I can sit here right now. You go online.
Your name might be in there. Oh.
No, you see, you go.
No, at this point, your name might be in there. Who
Yes! I've already said that I'm fit.
You are fit.
Oh, Charlie. First goal. Mr. Panini. Under 10 minutes. Rah!
Okay, guys.
We don't have a team.
Yeah.
We don't have a team.
We have a team. We don't have the players that make the team yet.
That
No,
is
they
it.
say we have the players. You and I just don't know. Let's clarify that. They said the players are there. The players who make the team, they are there.
They are
It
there.
is just that, yes, they haven't disclosed their names to you and I. It doesn't mean they don't have
So
a team.
it is only Keto Kriku.
Please, it's not only him.
It's only him.
No,
It's only him and the vice.
that's what someone is saying.
That's not someone.
But somebody, hold on.
That is an ESCOM. Don't say
Yeah,
someone.
oh, yeah.
Don't do that.
ESCOM
It is
member.
an ESCOM member.
Okay.
Somebody who sits in the same meeting with
With
them.
him. Okay, good.
It's on record to have said that it's only Ket
And his vice.
and Ado,
Yes.
Mark Ado,
Yeah.
and maybe Otto Ado. They know
I
the
said
list.
maybe or try.
But
But he named
does.
the squad.
But
Why
I
did you
just-
say maybe?
Maybe because some of his name could be cancelled. The names on Otto squad, some of them could be cancelled.
Okay, I can tell you that Otto will know, Didi will know, George Barton will know, Q-Team will know.
I don't think Didi knows.
Mark, I was with him at the stadium.
He-
He knows.
he said he knows.
Today, yeah,
He
of
said
course.
he knows.
Oh, yeah, so I was with him at the stadium. So he knows. Kurt knows, Per Odrosa. His vice knows. The one who booked their tickets for them, the head of national teams, he knows. So a lot of people.
Alessa Santi.
Yeah, exactly. You
You
can't
see.
book tickets for people you don't know.
So how many are there? 6.
That's like almost 10 people.
10 people out of 37 million. You see
Okay,
the
good.
mathematics?
Yeah.
10
Oh,
out of 37. It's an
Okay.
insult.
yeah.
It's an insult.
To the 37 million.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
It's an
Hold on,
insult.
hold on.
And they must be told.
Okay, all
They're
right.
not kids. So.
You have told them. That's
What
why I
is
gave you
this?
the chance to tell them.
What sort of people are these?
Yeah, I know. Let's show you some highlights from the Ghana Premier. We'll come back to this matter. Okay, but Karela United were in action against Mediama. That match ended 1-1. Take a look at the highlights.
Lovely 10 from Boache. Opportunity for the open goal. Brilliant goal. Patrick Mensah has put Karela in the lead.
If you're not confident, you don't score a goal like this. Checks onto his left and it goes to the near side of the goalkeeper. That is a really brilliant and confident take.
Here is Omar Basiru. Lovely play from the midfielder. Great block from Atinga to deny Omar Basiru his 9th goal of the season. Daniel Lyon whistles for the end of the first half here at the car park in Enyase. And Daniel Lyon gets us going for the second half with Mediama kicking off. And now here is Notte. Sends the ball in. Kojade heads it onto the path of. And that's the equalizer. Mediama Sporting Club, Sule Musa equalizes.
Who's marking him? That was a lovely chip there, but it's been headed right into his path and nobody close to him. Goalkeeper is committing himself to try and catch the ball. All he has to do now is to keep his composure and get the ball past the goalkeeper, and he did.
Moving into Mediama territory, here's Randolph. Boache, great save from.
All right, so that match ended 1-1. Let's go through the full-time scores from match week 10-1 of the Ghana Premier League. Bechim United, they beat Accra Lions 1-0. Gold Stars 1-0 winners over Elmina Sharks as well. Dreams FC 5-2 against Great Olympics. It was a very interesting game of football. The rains came pouring down when the score was 2-1. The match was paused for quite a while. And then when the rain subsided, they continued the match, and Dreams went on to score 3 more, and Olympics got another. Lagos Cities also beat Wafa 2-1. That's not good for Wafa's relegation troubles. RTE can't win any this moment. They drew again to Ajanas as our home. That's not good for their relegation fight as well. Then the Karela Mediama match we showed you. Hearts of Oak just concluded their game against Shanti Gold. They won that match by 2-1. Kotoko 11 Wonders, Kim Faisal, Brekum Chelsea. Those matches will come a little later there. All right, how about the table? This is what it looks like now. Kotoko, having played 1 game less, have 44 points. Bechem United 37, Ejana 37 as well. Great Olympics 35, completing the top 4. Hearts of Oak down in 6th position. So they've climbed 2 places now, up to 32 points. But there are still some 12 points behind the league leader, Kotoko, having played 1 game more. So that's what that looks like. And then the bottom, RTU's 1 point gain today is taking them 1 point above Wafa. So that draw is all of a sudden looking good for them because Wafa lost. But if they had won, they played at home, I could have put some very good 3 points between themselves and Wafa. But at the moment, it's only the 1 point. And then you also see 11 Wonders and Elmina Sharks occupying the bottom there. Elmina Sharks almost looks certain to have gone, but the rest of the teams still fighting, still with a chance. All right. Daniel, let me come to you with this one. Very interesting scores. For House of Oak, a good victory. I saw the first half of that match, Obin Jr. As wasteful as usual. But it was Ashgo have a habit of always being very competitive every time they come to Accra against House of Oak. But they got the win, got it over the line. 3 points, valuable ones.
Yeah, valuable. Barnier with the brace at the end of the day. It wasn't supposed to be a difficult game for Hearts of Oak had they taken their chances. But it looks like this song is being sung almost every week that Hearts of Oak play. They play so well, create a lot of chances, but their inability to finish always becomes a problem for them. So today was just about trying to get that next chance and hoping that the next chance ended up in the back of the net. And Barnier was on form today. He grabbed the goal late in the second half just to get the win for Hearts. Obing Jr., my problem with him is that we all saw him when he was coming up in the ranks at Hearts of Oak. He's not a number 9. He's not an out-and-out number 9. His finishing is not the best. So for me, I question the decision of head coaches who constantly put him at the end of moves when he's supposed to be the one banging the ball in the back of the net. I thought that it was smarter, or it is smarter, to put your best finisher at the end of the move tactically so that you have a higher chance of scoring. But Obing Jr. is not that guy. Even the season where
I don't know what his problem is. It's always
he's not a finisher.
Back.
Look,
it's like,
he has never been a finisher.
He's never been a finisher. He's a
and
winger.
he's not even a winger either, because from his he's not. He doesn't have
he actually
maybe a second striker
when he's playing behind the main man, because he moves a lot. He's strong. He's got pace. But when
he's not got pace.
No,
he has pace.
He's got pace. If you study, he's got decent pace.
Okay. Decent.
So I think, like he's saying, completely disagree putting him at the end of the move, because he's not that type of clinical finisher. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's shocking. Why is Abeyi Medroba?
Yeah, he's not been relegated to a place on the bench.
I think something is going on that needs to be sorted out. Because
Obing Jr. played with Isaac Mensah from the start today. And Isaac Mensah was the deeper of the 2 strikers.
It's like the 2 men there are not proper number 9.
They are not number 9.
It doesn't make sense
they are not
to me.
The best finishers out there. You see, my point is, when you see this thing recurring almost every week where you are creating chances and these same guys are failing to put the ball in the back of the net, why not switch it up? We all know the best finisher in the team is Kofi Koji.
It's Kofi Koji.
And he has that ability to blend in this sort of system. It's very possible to get the best out of him in this sort of system. So then why is he not getting a place in the team? And it's problematic, because for a team that creates the number of chances that Hearts create, and you look at where they are sitting on the table, it's not the best. It's really not the best.
Yeah, just a quick one on the game we watch, the highlight we watch. Look, I want to plead with the FA. Anytime there's a match at Carrera, the match ball
should be changed. The color should be changed.
The color should be changed.
I agree.
You can't see anything.
We can't see anything because of the nature of the
AstroTurf. Yeah,
we can't see. So either you get the red version of that ball, or tell your sponsors, whoever is supplying you in the balls in this modern era, there should be yellow, blue.
Yeah. Because the Premier League does it all the time. During winter, they change the color of the ball. It's very normal.
And it's very normal in this modern era. Okay. So that, I mean, those of us watching on TV will have a clear view.
It's all part of the package, honestly, because nobody wants to be watching something.
It's so bad. It is so bad.
Yeah. All right. Let's do CAF Champions League now. Match day 5. At the end of match day 5, 7 places in the quarterfinals have been decided. Just 1 place more to go. We'll show you 2 games. First one, Mamelodi Sundowns. They went away. They won by 4-2 against Al Hilal to seal top spot. And then Al Merrek, they lost at home to Al Ahly by 3-1. All right, so that was the Al Merrek and Al Ahly game. Al Merrek winning by 3-1. Al Ahly, winning by 3-1 away from home. But they have not qualified yet, Al Ahly, interestingly. But let me show you the full results from match day 5. So there you see Al Ahly winning 3-1. That's actually their first victory of the group. It's been a tough one for them, isn't it? Amazulu lost at home to Raja 2-0. ES Setiv winning 3-2 against Horoya. Al Hilal and Sundowns winning 4-2 there away from home. Blues Star 2-0 against ESS. Galaxy FC lost at home to Esperance de Tunis. Atletico Petroleos, or Petro Atletico, drew 0-0 with Zamalek. Zamalek were desperate for a victory to help them qualify. They didn't get it. Esperança also losing at home to Wydad. Esperança led for more than 50 minutes. Then the moment Wydad got the equalizer, they got the winning goal in addition. What do these results mean for the groups? Let's go through the groups and tell you who's made it. So remember, the first 2 will make it to the quarterfinals of the competition, the top 2 in each group. This is the only group where 1 place remains undecided. All the other groups, the top 2 are decided. Only in Group A that only 1 place is decided, and that's Mamelodi Sundowns. They have booked their place in the quarterfinals. However, Al Ahly, Al Hilal, and Al Merrek will go into the final match day still with the chance of qualifying to the quarterfinals. Interestingly, Al Ahly welcome Al Hilal to Egypt, to Cairo, on the final day. And Al Merrek go to Mamelodi Sundowns. It almost looks like Al Ahly have it all to do. The job is cut out for them. And they are the defending champions. Not sure how it got to this point.
And it just shows how important that away win was to them. Because they needed to win to make the match against Al Hilal a decider in Egypt.
Yeah.
And for me, if you're a big boy, that is
defending champions.
That is what you do.
All right. So let's just show you the other groups where the top 2 are decided. So there you go. Raja Casablanca of Morocco, true. ES Setiv as well, true. So there's end of that. Let's move it on to Group C as well. Group C. All right, so thank you. Esperance and Blue Star also booking their spot. Galaxy, it was a good debut for them, 1 point in 5 games. They came for the experience. So ESS, that's Sfaxien, not going well for them as well. Remember there was a time when when one of the Ghanaian strikers, what's his name? He made Sfaxien very popular in this country. He was in Nigeria. and then he moved to Sfaxien. Joe Tex Frimpong. Joe Tex Frimpong. Then Group D, Wydad and Petro Atletico also making it show. Look at Zamalek after 5 matches, 3 points. Things not looking good at all. Daniel, is there anything in these group stages that kind of surprised you a bit?
Petro Atletico's form, because if you look at this group, it was a very tough one.
It really
the way they managed to,
on paper.
Yeah, by match day 3, they were already through to the quarterfinals, and it just shows you they took advantage of their home form, won their first 2 games at home, which was very important. Then they got that very important draw away at Zamalek, which boosted their qualification status. For Zamalek, they will be disappointed. They had some key players coming straight from the AFCON in Zizou and then the goalkeeper. Yeah. You would have expected that would have boosted them at least to make the knockout rounds. But unfortunately for them, 3 points out of the first 5 games is a complete disaster for a team.
It really is.
Yeah.
What about Group C? Any surprises? Sfaxien not making it. Blues that. The reason I'm not surprised, they've been consistent. They were here last season.
The past couple of seasons, they've been consistent when it comes to these competitions. For Galaxy, they were the whipping boys of this group. Everybody needed to get points off them. And 1 point out of 5. It's a good experience. For a team like that, it's a good experience from Botswana.
Wow.
Something
worth noting. Mm-hmm. I think we have 6 North Africans out of the 8 to play in the
quarterfinals. Unbelievable.
That is serious dominance.
Only Petro Atletico
and Sundowns
is outside North Africa.
And Sundowns are outside.
And Mamelodi Sundowns, sorry, yes.
The rest are all North Africa.
Wow.
That is some dominance, to be honest with you, because...
So that's 5 out of 7.
Yeah, but it is looking
the other
like...
one, Al-Ali
That's what I'm saying. And if you are in South Africa, Central, West, like we are, Nigeria, Ghana, come on, man.
Senegal.
We need to have a say.
Even Cameroon no longer have flaps there.
It's shocking to me.
It's unbelievable.
We can't allow... Yes, they are brothers. But we can't allow them this level of dominance.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable.
Let's just... Especially to what namely you can just see names for yourself. The quarterfinals, those that have booked them, their players already. So there you see. Apart from Petro Atletico in the first frame, and then the last yellow one you see there at the top, yellow and green, the rest of them North Africa. So Petro Atletico Angola, Wydad Morocco, Raja Morocco, Sétif Algeria, Esperance Tunisia, Belouizdad Algeria. So
so
that's what Nimli was saying. Anyway, so there's that. Look, so just one more
to the people managing our game again. You see, these are the things that should get you angry.
Yeah,
these are the things that when you sit and meet as ESCO members, these are the things that you should look at and say, no, this is unacceptable at all. Yeah. Then you're making, look, if you go to Europe, there are times where you see the pendulum switching like that.
Yeah.
As we speak now, there's no Italian teams in the knockout stage of the Champions League.
Not one.
Not one at all. And I'm sure they'll have a say come next season.
They'll
want to rectify that.
I totally get what you're saying. So, so that's that. That's the rundown as far as the Champions League is concerned. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll take you to England, where there was FA Cup and Premier League action, and then we'll continue from there. Don't go anywhere. This is Scorecard. I've got your messages as well. Welcome back. This is Scorecard on Citi TV. I have an update for you in the El Classico. It is currently Barcelona who lead by 4-0 at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid in front of their own fans. Absolutely incredible. The last time Barcelona came this close or beat them by any margin close to this, you have to go back to that classic 5-0 thumping in 2011 that they received at the hands of Barcelona. But even that one was at the Nou Camp. And this is at the Bernabeu. Barcelona with kids are absolutely disgracing Real Madrid. With Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scored twice. Araujo has scored the other one. And Ferran Torres, who misses chances for fun. He's even gotten on the act. Look, it's 4-0, and there's still time to make it 5 and 6. It's 77 minutes.
I watched the first half, and I told you, they should have been 5 goals up.
Yeah.
In the first 45 minutes.
They wasted a lot of chances.
Aubameyang himself, before scoring, had blew 2 chances away, and then Pedri missed one, Torres missed one, and the manner, I don't know, but I think Carlo Ancelotti got it completely wrong. He
From the lineup.
There was no Benzema, but he should have gone in there with the number 9.
Yeah.
Other asked the young boy from Brazil, Vinicius, to play through the middle and play with Asensio and then the other Brazilian boy. The Real Madrid went into the game asking Luka Modric and at times Toni Kroos or Valverde to go and play as false number 9. And Luka Modric, he cannot go and press the ball. He can't. And you can imagine Piqué and Garcia and Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets not being pressed, given enough time to turn and pass.
No, they'll cause damage.
At the end of that first half, it was 70% possession
to Barcelona. Unbelievable. You know what, Daniel? Even if Real Madrid do win the league, which looks very likely,
they will win the league.
They wouldn't be happy.
Of course.
Look, I've watched, of course, because of production, I couldn't watch this game. But I've watched, I think, Barcelona's last 6 or 7 games. Look, when you watch them, you can... And that's why last week I was saying that when Xavi came, I said I was afraid he would fail.
Yeah.
Because the squad he was coming to inherit was inexperienced. I thought it was a setup. But then instantly in the January transfer window, he made changes. And the sort of buys he made, you could tell that this was somebody who, even before he was called, was monitoring the team. And he knew exactly who to bring in, exactly the problems to come and address in this team. And it's been instant. Look, when you watch them, for me, the best football I've seen them play, it comes in patches. But the first Europa game against Galatasaray, it was goalless. But the kind of football Barcelona played, and then the second leg, as soon as Galatasaray took the lead, Barca scored, I think, 2 goals in 15 minutes. Pedri's goal, it just encapsulates what Barcelona is about. One-tap passing, movement. It was just such a delight to watch.
And do you know what? In the starting 11 today, there was no Gavi. And then they had Busquets, De Jong, and then Pedri. And the Pedri boy.
Looks like that guy is not correct.
He's
not normal.
A lot of Andres Iniesta.
He does. He's been
so
compared to Andres a lot.
So technically gifted. So relaxed. And
in other words, Umwadie.
No, he's not serious.
He's not serious.
You can see the coaching of Sergio Busquets. It's like he's playing, but he's coaching all of them.
Yeah.
He's always making himself available. Don't force it. Give it to me. I know what to do with it. And look, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
There's even more time to do more damage. And to be fair, I give Coach Christopher Nimley a lot of credit. Because right from the start, he believed that this Barca team would come good.
Yeah.
Of course, they've changed coaches. Under the previous manager, he believed they would come good, but they never came good. They sacked him. Xavi has come, and these players are finally...
But I was very emphatic to that. In Xavi, he will fix it. Because, look, they love their...
No, but you've always believed that this team would come good. And here we are, 4-0 against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, basically with children. Unbelievable. Imagine what a team like Chelsea with men can do.
They are not children. they are not children.
Is not a kid.
3 months ago, they were children. Before Xavi came, they were children.
But now
they are not
matured
children.
men.
They are men.
Obama is a child. Ferran Torres is not a child.
That is true. Let me take a few messages before we move on. I'm reading these messages from Twitter. Abdul Wahid Ra'ul. He says, good evening, guys. With the mentality these current Arsenal players are having, the mentality current Arsenal players have, I hope the management will not transfer anyone out, but rather bring in players that will suit the tactics of Mikel Arteta. Papa J Jr. says, Barca are making my evening better. All right. Perry says, Fencho, were you reading the intro or it was off your head? Fantastic. We don't script the intro. Everything.
No, man, he was not reading. He has never read one.
No, we don't have a teleprompter to read our intro from. It's all off cue. Anyway, Concept Caricature says, this F1 season is going to be very tough for Mercedes. They will have to rely heavily on race tactics because they don't have a midfield. Because they have a midfield car. I'm glad Hamilton finished on the podium, but for Red Bull, I wish they always continue till the middle of the season. A big shout out to Christian Horner. Interesting. More messages. Papa J Jr. is asking, is the Black Stars ready for this playoff against Nigeria? I don't think so. The official of the GFA should resign. Kawenya. Nation Builder says, Tammy Abraham has been transformed by Jose. Can't argue with that. Joseph says, thank God my team is winning. And you're talking about your team being Barcelona. Owusu Robert says, what better sports is more interactive, engaging, and funnier than Scorecard? My Sunday night is always lit. That is true. Nyankra says, we are beating Nigeria. Nigeria's squad is nothing better compared to ours. We have a high-profile player in Partey. I don't think they have a player like him. That's true. The player they had like him is injured. Wilfred Ndidi. He's not coming to Kumasi. More messages.
You are crying about Wilfred Ndidi not coming. He's injured. One of the players we are going to miss.
I'm stating facts.
One of the players we are going to miss on Friday is Kamaldeen.
I'm stating facts.
He's also injured. State that as a fact.
He has been injured for a while. I'm stating facts. Sector Pascaline says, Barca and not Chelsea. I can't stop laughing. Canberra Roland says, hi, fan. Lampard just isn't good enough. He's managerially abysmal, tactically horrendous, and substitutionally awful. I'm glad Chelsea sacked him, and I'm shocked Everton don't know he's taking them nowhere. He should just quit and do panditry like Carragher. That is a wild message from Gambero Roland. Isaac Lucci says, Fentio, sometimes you interrupt coach too much. I think sometimes you need to let him flow and land first. My honest opinion. All right, I'll let him land. Thank you very much. I'll read your opinion. It's very important. Coach, when you are flying, land. Okay.
Safely, though.
Yes. Kwame Safo Kakari says, good evening, guys. It's always not a waste of time watching you guys. You guys always make my Sunday night complete. AC Milan is on fire. And I think the title is coming to the red and black side of Milan. Greetings to Osofo Bar of Efficient. One more message. Kwabena Frimpon says, Carlo got the status wrong today. I'm watching you live from a Kumfi. All right. I'll take more messages. Keep them coming. Use the hashtag Scorecard on Twitter. Also send me a message on WhatsApp. The number is on your screen. Let's go to England now and bring you some FA Cup action. And that was where Chelsea, they were in action, of course. And they took on a Middlesbrough team. They won that match by 2-0 to progress to the semi-finals. So it was just a one goal from Jota. The other quarter-final, of course, involved Everton and Crystal Palace. Palace absolutely smashed them. Crystal Palace won by 4-0, and they progressed to the semi-final. So the FA Cup semi-final draw was held after the Man City game, I believe. And the draw has spared Man City against Liverpool and Chelsea against Crystal Palace. So there's a London derby there, and there is, I don't know if that's a derby, but the one right now at this moment, the biggest rivalry in English football. So Man City against Liverpool in the semi-finals, and then Chelsea against Crystal Palace. Guys, thoughts on the games? Namely, you first. We didn't have the Everton game, but somebody sent a message about Frank Lampard struggling. He took 4-0 from Crystal Palace. I mean, when you're fighting for relegation and all of these things, somebody might think that that's a blessing in disguise. It allows him to concentrate. Another person will think that is disappointing.
Very, very disappointing. Look, to be honest with you, the manner in which they are shipping in goals is unacceptable.
Yeah.
If you are battling relegation, for example, what you cannot afford to do is to make life very difficult for yourself, where you need to be scoring more than a goal to win football games. I think for a team battling relegation, every goal you put in an opponent's net should be the goal most likely to win the game for you.
Yeah.
But if you look at this Frank Lampard team, like Cranton has always said, during the transfer market, it's like he didn't assess the Everton team. It's like he was sleeping when they called him and woke him up saying, come and take the job. Unlike Xavi. Xavi from afar followed Barcelona throughout, so he knew the problem he had to address once he got the job. Then this Frank Lampard, you don't know what he's doing. The defending is so atrocious. And for me,
look, Palace rarely score. How do you concede four against
Crystal Palace? And for me, you see, at this level, if you have to score 2, 3, 4 before you can win football game, then you are going to make life difficult for you. Look, I think in midweek, they beat Newcastle.
Yeah, 1-0.
1-0. That was more like it.
Yeah.
And I thought that he would look at that performance, that defensive display, and remind the boys that, look, this is the way we're supposed to go. It's like he went to Palace, not showing them any respect at all. And Palace this season under Patrick Vieira, they've been absolute brilliant.
Yeah, if you give them the chance, they'll blow you apart.
Look, they've been so good collectively as a unit. Every player understands what he's supposed to do within the setup. And look at these young boys. Is it Olise and Eze and Zaha. And then the Chelsea boy, Gallagher. Oh my goodness.
What a player.
He's been so good.
That's true.
And for me, Lampard just presented his Everton team in a shape that will get them beat all day. And look, like the texter said, maybe but you see,
he said he's substitutionally bankrupt.
I don't know, but he was never the first choice of the board. I think the board bought into what the supporters were saying. I think the board wanted to give the job to somebody. I've forgotten who he was. And the supporters said, no, they don't want it.
Coach,
they wanted Lampard.
Coach, the board,
for me,
look, Everton themselves, they are not a serious club.
Yeah, man.
Because, friends, think about this.
Yeah.
You have Benitez. You are in a relegation dogfight. Benitez is somebody who's proven himself to get teams out of that.
He put them there in the first
place.
place.
He put them there in the first place. But you see,
most of
there were circumstances
at the time
under which Everton found themselves in that position. Key players were all injured, either injury or COVID. There was the game against Chelsea. He had just 5 players on his bench. And those 5 players, apart from the goalkeeper, were all under 19s and under 23s. It was that bad. And then, just as the players start coming back, you sack him. Okay, fine. Now, if you are going to get somebody to get you out of the relegation zone, it is the guy who got sacked at Chelsea when Chelsea were 10th. The guy who has never been in charge of any relegation threatening team. He doesn't understand what it means to be in a relegation. He doesn't get it. He himself, when it comes to his managerial prowess, he's not the best. And he's the one you are trusting. And then he comes in the first 3 weeks of the transfer window. He decides to go for attacking players in Van de Beek and Dele Alli, who are essentially the same type of players.
Yeah, very similar.
If you look at Everton's weaknesses and their strengths, why would you go and strengthen their strength and leave the weakness there? Everton didn't have a problem going for it. So Lampard is not serious. And after some of the remarks that he made about Abramovich, personally, I think he deserves what he's getting. It's just life giving him look, it's calm.
Speaking of...
I think the draw, very tasty.
It is tasty.
Yeah, very tasty. I think Crystal Palace Chelsea is going to be a very good game.
Yeah.
And Man City Liverpool, absolutely delicious.
I'm not happy because Gallagher will not be able to play that game.
But Chelsea, if they're not afraid, you should just tell the FA.
No.
You know, Chris Wilder made a comment about, and this is something I want you guys to comment on a little bit, like briefly. He made a comment about playing against Chelsea, and he compared you to the teams they knocked out. They knocked out Spurs, they knocked out United.
Yeah.
And he said there was something unique about Chelsea and the football club and the way they just go about winning. It's almost as if nothing is happening at the club. I even as a Chelsea fan, I haven't been able to kind of wrap my head around it. It's almost like there's a siege mentality that sort of...
It's the manager.
It's the manager.
It's the manager.
Tuchel.
Look, it's as simple as that. He's managed to shield them from that off-field chatter that's going on. And you see, they are professionals. They have a job to do. And he's making sure they continue. And you see, if you look at the games that Chelsea are winning, on paper, they are winnable games.
Yeah, exactly.
But a team that is distracted could easily have drop points in this period. But he's managed to just keep them in check, and they are just getting.
And at the end of the day, too, these players are still being paid.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
the ban or whatever is going on it's not affecting the bank account of any of the players. So
you have no reason to go and misbehave.
You misbehave, you're out of the team. Quick.
Chelsea have lost just one game the whole of this year, and it's over 3 months.
That's brilliant.
It's a fabulous run.
Look, I would have loved them to be in the title race than just having Man City and Liverpool.
Well, let me show you one Premier League game. Arsenal, they took on Aston Villa and they won that game by 1-0. It's not the goal from Shaka that is the celebrations after that made my day. But take a look. All right, so Arsenal winning that and putting a firm grip on that top 4. Namely, quick thoughts on them. It wasn't the prettiest of games, but they got it over the line. 1-0, 3 points, that's what's important.
Personally, I was looking at how they will react after the midweek defeat to Liverpool. And they needed to remind everybody that that top 4 spot means a lot to them.
Yeah.
So there's no shame when you get beat by Liverpool, Man City.
Of course.
You quickly put that behind, because by far they are the 2 best teams in the land. And for Arsenal, they went into the game yesterday knowing exactly what they had to do. And the display epitomizes what Mikel Arteta has always insisted to do. Make yourself very difficult to beat. And like what I just said of Frank Lampard, compare the 2 managers. Arteta doesn't need more than a goal to win football games.
No.
He gets one. Defensively, I think they are the best, 3rd best in the league.
Yeah, they're very
conceded,
solid.
apart from Man City and
Liverpool.
Chelsea. Yeah, Man City and Chelsea. They have conceded the least.
So basically the top 4. So their defense is matching their table
Exactly. And for me, it is what it is. If you want to be in that top 4, it is what you want to do. Now, they will need to play Spurs, who won today. They need to play Man United. I think if they can get 3 points from any of those 2 games.
And Chelsea too.
They'll need to play Chelsea too.
Yeah.
So these 3 games, they'll play Chelsea away, they'll play Spurs away. If they can get 3 points from one of those, or a point and beat Man United.
Or even two draws.
2. I don't think they will draw against Chelsea. It's either a win or a lose. But against Spurs, that is the game I know they will fancy. And they will go for at the new White Hart Lane. And if they can, it's like they are playing 2 of their direct rivals for top 4 in Spurs and United. Let's say Chelsea were to beat them. That 2 game against Spurs and United, I think if they can get 3 points from any of them, the top 4 is
sealed. All right, so Mikel Arteta. And yesterday, I don't know what's wrong with Piers Morgan. He said he doesn't understand why Arsenal fans are celebrating.
Yeah,
look,
I agree. I saw the tweet and I think they overly celebrated. It's still not over yet.
Yeah, well, let me show you the 4 results from this weekend's Premier League game. There weren't a lot of them. There were just 4 matches this weekend, but some of the teams were involved in FA Cup action and all that. So Wolves losing at home to Leeds United. So the last one, sorry, Jesse Marsh is coming. Yeah, and he's getting the win.
But that game was a sweet game.
It really was. That's back-to-back victories for him now. So that's really impressive.
And especially, they were 2-0.
2-0 down at half-time.
Imagine. Incredible. And Wolves are not easy team to beat.
Of course. To put 3 past them.
Yeah. Leicester also beating Brentford 2-1. The most important thing about that game, Tariq Fosu was back for the first time in the Premier League since the team got promoted. He played some minutes. And Spurs beat West Ham by 3-1. All right? We'll take a very short break. When we return, I'll read more of your messages, and then we can take you to Italy, Spain, show you some athletics, as well as some F1. Welcome back. This is Scorecard on Citi TV. So the Barcelona and Real Madrid game, El Classico, has ended. It's Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 4. So that's what it is. Brace from Aubameyang, Araujo getting in on the act, and then Ferran Torres with the final nail in the coffin. Let me take some messages from WhatsApp this time. This one said, the truth must be told. Christopher Nimley, thanks for your comment. Some of us cannot hold our anger. Which FA is this? Very shambolic administration. Banzi with that message. KP from Awutu says, good evening, fan. To be frank, coach will have been a very good political communicator. He should join one of the political parties because the swag he uses to communicate is superb. As for the GFA, they should hope and pray we win the game on Friday. If not, the fire will be on them.
Even the EC chair, she votes.
Yes.
So I have a political party that I belong to. So I also
I think you know what he means. He's not saying
that I should be talking as
he said you talk well. So
me, I don't have heart for those things. I will be slapping people all day.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. This one says, congrats to Liverpool for beating Forest. What was Bobby Firmino doing? just squared the ball to Jota for the first goal and spares all the apprehensions. Still Liverpool, we never walk alone. Thomas in Oyarifa. And he says regards to coach and Daniel. This one says, I was just checking how United can qualify for top 4, and I realized United conceded 40 goals out of 48 goals that they scored after we bought an expensive Maguire for 80 million. So I asked, is Raf telling us that he can't see Maguire is not a good player, or he also just wants to help Maguire sink our team? Hello, Danny and coach. Willis from Dansuman, Russia. This one says, Fent, Danike owes an apology. This Barca team is even feasting on Real Madrid, and he said Madrid will beat Chelsea. By the way, my regards to coach Kobe from Teshi. Eskin Churches in Winneba, UEW, says, do you recall this message I sent back in February 6? So Man United are going trophyless again this season. I'm very happy for them. Carabao Cup out, FA Cup out, Premier League out, UCL on their way out.
Which team does he support?
No, he said he sent a message on 6th February, and the
does
message
he
ended
support?
with UCL on their way out, and now they're out.
Which team does he support?
I'm sure he's a Chelsea fan. He said when he sent the message, you said he was kidding, he was joking.
Which team does he support?
He hasn't said. He hasn't
You
stated.
tell whether his team has won something.
If he's a Chelsea fan, he can say his team has won. They won 2 trophies this season.
This season?
Of course. One at the start and one in the middle of the season.
Which one at the start?
Super Cup.
They are all considered last season trophies.
Why was it played last season?
It's last season trophies, master.
If they had lost,
Educate
you would say
them.
this season.
Educate them.
You would say
It's
this
last
VP.
season trophy.
You said this season. You
This
played
season, the trophy they are playing, have they won any trophy this season?
Why? The Super Cup they played for it last season.
No, it's a last season trophy.
What about the Club World Cup?
It's a last season trophy.
Hey,
It's not a last season competition.
Hey, Coach Nimuli.
No, educate the man properly. and let's
When
move
did
on.
they win the trophy?
You will sit there.
They
and
won
say,
that
well,
trophy
It is classified
in
as
February.
last season trophy.
Last month, too.
It's last season trophy.
This season is almost ended. You're
It's
telling me that
last
that's
season.
okay.
They won what they won to qualify them to go and win was last season. So it's all last season trophies.
When you win the Premier League to go and play the Champions League,
Friends.
in the Champions League
Let's
last
just
season
read your
trophy.
messages.
But it's true.
The man is not going to listen to
A
you. So just read
competition
your-
takes you to another competition.
You
Doesn't mean
don't
that
know.
new competition is
The-
last season
The
competition.
texter sent a message. He's not told you the team he support. Then you are saying support. Maybe support Chelsea. This guy got problem.
Serious problem.
Moses TK says, even if we have 4 countries inside the Black Stars, Nigeria will still beat us by 3-1. The best for Ghana will be a draw. I'm watching you live from Ketekrachi. All right. Unless Kotoko play against Nigeria, we cannot win. Interesting. And this one says Nigeria will surely qualify for the World Cup, and Chelsea will surely qualify for the semi-finals of Real Madrid. Barcelona has made me happy tonight by beating Real Madrid. Nigeria know they carry last. Okay, Nigeria knows they carry last. Okay, interesting. That message is from Nigeria, I believe. David from Ofanko says, my team Chelsea is paired with the men who wear white. Coach Nimli's description. Real Madrid, we shall beat them again, and coach will say there were stripes in the jersey. Strong man from Ashama says, good evening, Tahiru. Scorecard is gradually making me a sports lover. Coach Chris is simply awesome. All right. This message says the 25th February 2022 favor Nigeria. But Ghana's Black Stars are winning at all costs. The best for Nigeria is a draw. Bet me. Omani. Anaman, Emmanuel from Cape Coast. But you see, the match is not 25th February.
The man is confused now.
The match is 25th March. So if 25th February favors Nigeria, then we have no cause to be alarmed because 25th February passed.
Now, if you read the message properly, he said, but Ghana will beat Nigeria.
But that is on the 25th February.
So, but he said, if it
living
favors
in the
Nigeria,
past.
but it's past.
Let me read 2 more messages. And Nana Kwame, Bennington from Nigerian Ghana says, I wonder why coach is surprised about injured Wakazu coming to the AFCON. You should know we like anything imported from China. So no wonder the GFA imported injured Wakazu. And we have to expect another imported injury from China. And Willie from Edim says, good evening. Congrats to my team, House of Folk. The Black Stars are going to win by 4-0. Even the team congested or something like that. I don't get that last part of the message. But this one from Van Dijk in Amsterdam says, good evening to you, Fent, and your panelists. Barca thrashing Madrid is a disgrace. Chelsea will dismantle them. And Kwewu Martin in Volta region says, hello, good evening. House of Folk played their best game today. All right, thank you very much. But more messages have come in. Keep them coming in. Use the hashtag Scorecard on Twitter and also on WhatsApp. The number is on your screen, +233 550 585 Let's take you to Italy, where crazy stuff are happening. The title race is absolutely ridiculous. Inter Milan, they started off with a 1-1 draw against a Fiorentina side. It was a match that featured Ghana's Alfred Duncan. Take a look. All right, so they won 2-0. Let me show you the full results from the Serie A this weekend. See. Okay, so there you go. Sorry. Sassuolo, they won 4-1 against Spezia. Genoa also winning. Napoli's victory there. Milan's draw. AC Milan winning. Sampdoria winning. Juve winning. And you see the big result there. AS Roma against Lazio. The Rome derby. Roma won comfortably by 3-0. Tammy Abraham, he scored a brace there to give them victory. Daniel, quick thoughts on the title race in the Serie A. Very interesting. Inter Milan are not doing themselves any favours at the moment.
Yeah, funny enough, last season, what is happening to Inter is what was happening to AC Milan. They led and when at crunch time, they started crumbling. It looks like that's what's happening to Inter Milan. And I don't understand, because they're out of Europe and they have the league solely to focus on. In some way, somehow, they can't seem to get over the line. And you can tell that it's the pressure that is getting to them, because they are playing good, they are creating opportunities, but they seem to be rushing the opportunities. And the defense, at the critical time of this season, the defense is letting them down. They are conceding some silly goals here and there. And that is very problematic. For AC Milan, I like their approach in the past couple of weeks. They are not overly expansive. When they score that one goal, they balance things out and just try and protect the lead, get into the right to the end of the game. And that is what they have to do. We always say that at this point in the season, it's not how nicely you play and how big the score line is. 3 points is the most important thing. So for Milan, they are making sure what happened to them last season is not going to happen again. Remember the fact that they also have a very small squad of players in terms of quality. So you need to protect those players. If they are going to be playing week in, week out, you need to protect them. And you can't be chopping and changing every time. You cannot let them go out there after one goal, still pushing for 2-3. They are balancing it very well, and I'm really glad with the way they are going about their business. For Napoli, they started the season very well. I think they won their first 8 or 9 games, and all of a sudden they began to crumble. And you don't know how they've ended up in this position. They are now second, just 3 points behind AC Milan. And look, this is on a level. This is the most exciting title race in the whole of Europe, because even Juventus, I think Juventus are 4 points behind. Juventus have 59 or 58 points. They are 4 or 5 points behind the leaders, AC Milan. So even at this point, they themselves feel like they even still have a chance of capturing the Scudetto at the end of the season. So it's very interesting. Nobody can afford to drop points as it stands. And I think the games that they'll play against each other, I think Napoli will still have to face... Napoli played Milan later. They will have to face Juventus, I think so. Inter Milan will also have to face Juve, I think, before the season
they play
ends.
each other a lot.
Yeah. So that makes it very, very dicey. But as it stands, I still feel Inter will pull through. And I'm saying that because I've seen them and I know what they can do. For Milan,
they have played one game less.
One game less. But even if they win, they are not going to overtake AC Milan. So look, I personally I want Milan to win the league, because I think it's long overdue. And if you look at the body of work that they've put into the club, it's been remarkable. This 4 or 5 years ago, nobody was even considering Milan for a top 4 finish in the Serie A. All of a sudden, they've been able to claw back. And they are showing some good work. Yes, they didn't do well in the Champions League this season, but you can tell that this is a group of players who now they understand the pedigree of the club, and they know that it is a championship or nothing. And that is the sort of attitude they are putting up. That is why I want them to win. But I still feel like Inter, with the quality they have in their team, the experience they have in their team, I just feel they will pull through and win it.
All right, and As far as the Serie A table is concerned, 66 points for for AC Milan. They're top of the table, followed by Napoli, 63 points, 3 points behind. And then you have Inter in third with 60 points. Inter, though, have played one game less than the other two. And then, like Daniel mentioned, Juventus are now back in the mix. They have 59 points. So they are 7 points behind AC Milan. That's just 3 matches. So it's not so much of a big lead at all. And when you're dealing with Juventus, who have won this league the last 9 times, then you know that you're dealing with a team that is more than capable.
That is just 3 matches?
Yeah.
No. How many games do we have to play?
10.
10 more. And 3 out of 10 is a huge advantage. Huge. Juve will have to win 10 out of 10. And they themselves, they can't win 10 out of 10. But the form they've shown, very undulating form. They can. Look, let me have a quick bite on
Osimhen.
What we'll be facing on Friday. Look, if Otoado, Chris Houghton, Masaudi Dramani, George Boateng, Sami Enimado, who thinks the Nigerians are confused because we've not given our list out. The Nigerians have told all of us that one person that will be on parade on Friday is the Napoli striker. And I asked, what advantage has that given us? If you look at the way that boy is playing.
Victor Osimhen.
Yesterday, I listened to Yakubu Aibeni. He said, Ghana, we don't have strikers. They have 9 strikers. So if we like, they can give us 1 or 2 so that they will go and play against Nigeria. And if you look at that statement, thank you, we should be worried who puts the ball in the back of the net of the Nigerians on Friday in this our team. Boy.
That's the thing is that you and I don't know the players who are coming. So we don't even know who will score. Because Jordan too has COVID now.
Do you understand?
They say the Semenyo boy is injured. So that's the thing. So it's hard for you see. So now you see that it is very difficult for us. So we can't even tell.
We can't tell because look, Dennis, Simon, Chukwueze, Kelechi. Wow, Charlie, look. We wait to see what Otuado will offer on Friday. Because I have a firm conviction that if we do really want to qualify for the World Cup, we need to take a minimum of a 2-0 lead to Abuja. Sure. Anything short of that, we out.
Okay. Let me show you this. The World Indoor Championships were held this weekend in Belgrade. And the Indoor Championships, of course, didn't feature any Ghanaian athlete there at the World Indoor Championships. It's very it actually did. Sean Sofenchi, sorry, he didn't make the final. He made the final back in 2018. It was the first time any Ghanaian at all he's made the final of the World Indoor Championships. But since then, it's been 5 years. He's not managed to repeat that. But the big men were there. Most importantly for the men, Christian Coleman was returning from his 2-year ban from athletics, and he wanted to return in style, wanted to announce his return with a victory, but he couldn't quite do it. He won this title the last time, of course, but this time around, Marcel Jacobs, the Italian who won the Olympic gold medal, made it 2-2, also taking the 60-meter indoor title. Take a look. Wow. It was that close. 0.003 of a second.
That was powerful.
0.003 of a second.
He came from behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marcel Jacobs. He's quite...
Boy.
He just proved that the gold medal in Tokyo wasn't a fluke.
And it was clear that if this had been the usual 100 meters, he would have gone past that.
That's also the thing. If it was 100 meters, Coleman would not have started to dip as early as he did.
No,
like it's all strategy.
It's strategy
because that's the thing.
Look, normally in these races, the guy coming from behind is the most powerful.
Yeah, usually
because
when Coleman
your speed and he knows what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's what Usain Bolt always used to do at the time.
That's why Usain Bolt has never won a 60-meter title.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. So if you know the race you're going, it determines your strategy. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because if Coleman was going for 100 meters, he would not have had to start going full speed after maybe 30 meters. He probably would have done that maybe after 40 meters.
No, but
so it's all strategy.
Yeah, but once, in fact, I'm shocked he dipped
Exactly.
The way he did. Because
Dipped too
60
early.
meters,
Yeah.
he should be able to sustain that. To
It was almost as if he was too desperate to win. This
maybe.
reminds me a lot about 2015 Usain Bolt and Justin Gatlin. When Gatlin was returning and it looked like he could have won it. I mean, look at that. He had the advantage. Then he starts to dip way too early and Marcel Jacobs comes from behind. They had exactly the same time. Oh, goodness me. That was so tight. So tight.
It's the head.
Arthur Cisse, the Ivorian, was there. There he is in orange, the only African in the race. He finished, I don't want to say last, finished 8th in the
You
race.
can see he panty, man. Damn.
So, congratulations to Marcel Jacobs. What about the women? Kambunji, the Swiss. Well, she shocked the field and came through. Incredible for her. Take a look. Great stuff from Kambunji. Congratulations to her. To be fair, there was no Shelley-Ann Fraser or, so the Olympic champions. So quite a lot of strong women went in there. Let's show you Formula One. Formula One. Very important. The season started today. There you go. This was in Bahrain. Ferrari started 1-2 and finished in a 1-2. It was absolutely incredible stuff for them. Red Bull, I saw Lewis Hamilton there. He started in 5th position, ended up on the podium in 3rd. The 2 Red Bull cars finished 18th and 19th. They had big issues there. You see the Ferraris coming through. It wasn't a good day. So there you see Charles Leclerc overtaking Max Verstappen there after Verstappen took the lead, and from then he never looked back. And it was an absolutely incredible race for the Ferraris. Not a good day for Red Bull. Look at that. The car started to drag. It's ailing, and nothing happens. And not the way the world champion would have liked to start his title defense. But it is what it is. No points for them. Mercedes, of course, they finished in 3rd and 4th position. So George Russell in his debut race for Mercedes, grabbing some valuable points. But the Ferraris, the prancing horse, not sure what's going on with them, but they have a lot of power. But St. Louis is always there. He was on the podium today. And that will be it for our show for today.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, Nimble, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you, Daniel.
To Kumasi.
Yes, thank you all for tuning in. You can buy a ticket to go watch the Black Stars. Use the short code *711#. From Monday, you can buy a ticket and we'll be in Kumasi to support the Black Stars. So please, Monday morning. So that's that. Until next Sunday, it's been an absolute pleasure. Take care. Bye-bye.